Emails recently surfaced between Stockton Rush, the CEO of OceanGate, and underwater exploration specialist Rob McCallum, who warned him about the fact that this operation he was running was a little shoddy and a little risky, right? So we're going to go to those emails in just a
little
second. Little fakakta here. We're going to go to those emails in just a second, but first, let's just set this up. Here is a brief video of the late Stockton Rush now, describing what a rule breaker he is.
I'd like to be remembered as an innovator. I think it was General MacArthur said, "You're remembered for the rules you break." And, you know, I've broken some rules to make this. Well, I think I've broken with logic and good engineering behind me. The carbon fiber.
I don't know if innovator is the first word that comes to people's mind, but perhaps it's not the last. I mean, you are an innovator of sorts, if it's any comfort to you, wherever you are, right?
Fiber and titanium. There's a rule you don't do that. Well, I did. It's pink.
Okay. So.
Right. He's very proud of himself.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, well done, sir. Well done. Here are some emails between Rob McCallum and Stockton Rush. This is from March of 2018. Okay. You are wanting to use a prototype unclassed technology in a very hostile place. As much as I appreciate entrepreneurship and innovation, you are potentially putting an entire industry at risk. Stockton replied 4 days later, by the way. This should have been a red flag, right? You should have known he's a flaky bastard if he's not replying to an email like this for 4 days. This is March 26th. He writes back, I know that our engineering focused, innovative approach, as opposed to an existing standards compliance focused design process, flies in the face of the submersible orthodoxy. Flies in the face of the submersible orthodoxy. I didn't know there was submersible orthodoxy. I thought it was just, basic physics and science, but that is the nature of innovation. I have grown tired of industry players who try to use a safety argument to stop innovation and new entrants from entering their small existing market. Yeah, that's what it was. They're trying to bully you out of the space by saying you shouldn't use a Logitech PlayStation knockoff controller.
We always talk about Big Sub on this show.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the big sub.
The big sub cartel.
Big sub cartel.
To keep people out of the submersibles industry.
That's RFK's next book, by the way. He's writing a new book on submarines. Yeah. Since Guillermo and I started OceanGate, we have heard the baseless cries of "you are going to kill someone."
Baseless cries. It's a poor choice of words.
We have heard the baseless cries of "you are going to kill someone" way too often. What's that in quotes? I take them as a serious personal insult. Rob writes back, I think you are potentially placing yourself and your clients in a dangerous dynamic. Ironically, in your race to Titanic, you are mirroring that famous catch cry, she is unsinkable. Having dived the Titanic and having stood in a coroner's court as a technical expert, I would be remiss not to bring this to your attention. Wow. Talk about an exchange that ages like a fine wine. Holy shit. That's one of my favorite quotes. I've heard this cry of "you are about to kill
What
someone."
is this safety of which you speak? What are these standards that you're on about? You know what this reminds me of? There's an old movie with Dudley Moore and Peter Cook called Bedazzled. They remade it years later with like Elizabeth Hurley. And Dudley Moore says, "You're a nutter." And he says, "They've said that about some great geniuses like Galileo, Da Vinci." So they've said it about a lot of nutters too.
Yeah, right, exactly. Right. Yeah. Right.
Everybody thinks about Galileo. They don't think about how many fucking morons like this thought they were innovators.
Right, exactly.
Like same for every Wright brothers, how many people like killed their family pets trying to launch a soapbox off a cliff?
Right, exactly. It's the same thing with anything else. Like, this is why most art films are not very good, right? Because most of the time, that 3-act structure, it makes the best script, right? Every once in a while, you break all the rules and it's great. Most people who try to break all the rules fail, right? And, in the world of art house cinema, failing means making a lousy movie. In the world of deep sea exploration, what was it? It was a Chris Rock bit. there are some areas that require like 100% success rate. Like we was talking about the cops. Well, the cops are mostly good, but we have some bad apples. Well, there are certain industries where you can't have bad apples, like an airline pilot. Right. Well, every once in a while you get a bad apple who crashes into the mountain, right? Same thing here.
Like someone who's going to engineer a sub that's going to take humans 13,000 feet under the ocean.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you can't really have a fail rate.
Please clap.